Welcome back to Cozy Satori. I'm super glad you're here. We recently hit 100 subscribers, and I'm beyond grateful for your support. To celebrate and mix things up, I'm excited to try something new today. It's challenge time. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of this video? Are there any other challenges or ships you'd love to see on the channel? Hello gremlins, fire fire fire. Yeah. Let's go. Finally, some culture. Continue. OMG, a new chat. Hi everyone. Wait, why am I in here? Same. I have shit to do. I didn't even accept this invite. Lies. You all live for this. I'm confused but I'll allow it. What's happening? Yeah. Why is this chat called Net Gremlins Anonymous? Because it's accurate. Don't fight it. I refuse to be called a gremlin. Speak for yourself, I am a gremlin. Y'all dragged me in without explainin', what's the hype? Behold, I have a game. Eyes. Count me in. If it's dumb, I'm leaving. Oh, it's not dumb. Should I be worried? Probably. Definitely. I found this thing online where you ask your partner, what would you do if I died? Ruthless icebreaker, but I'm listening. I don't think I wanna hear Omi's answer. Noya, sweetie, why exactly were you searching this at 2 a.m.? I wasn't searching it. It popped up on TikTok, okay. The guy asked his boyfriend and the dude started crying. That's so wholesome. Or traumatic. Depends on your angle. Not gonna lie, I'd pay to see some of y'all squirm. Oh, I love this already. Iwa-chan is gonna give me such a tragic answer. You just want attention. And I deserve it. Can confirm. Drama feeds on itself. Toshi would say he'd plant me in his garden. What? Fertilizer, baby. Eternal love. I hate that I actually believe he'd say that. Isn't it kinda scary, though? Asking someone that. It is. I wouldn't want anyone to spiral, but I'm curious to hear Daichi's answer. Okay, proposal, we make it official. A challenge. Each of us has to ask our partner. Record the answer, or at least give us the story. Receipts or it didn't happen. This is the drama I signed up for. Y'all, you realize some of these answers are gonna break us, right? Then let them. Love is pain. You'd eat this up like it's free dessert, wouldn't you? Always. Keiji's gonna say the sweetest thing, I know it. Bet he tells ya he'd enjoy the silence. Loudly crying. This is gonna cause fights. But also make people realize how much they care. Sounds right. Alright then. The challenge is set. Good luck guys. It was late night. The warm light from the lamp painted soft shadows across the living room. Lev's laid flat on the couch with his phone, scrolling through the group chat with Yaku half dozing on his lap. The TV is on but muted. Hey, Mori. Yaku shifted his position, and without opening his eyes. If this is another weird volleyball meme from Bakudo, I'm unplugging the router. Nope. It's worse. Nishinoya-san just dropped a challenge in the group chat. Ask your partner what they'd do if you died. Yaku opens one eye, slowly. I hate that you people have phones. That makes Lev snicker. Come on, it's just a game. So, what would you do if I died? Pause. Yaku closes the book and puts it aside. There's a shift in the air, like something too heavy settling between them. You're really gonna ask that before bed? Why not? Live a little. Or, die hypothetically. You're the worst at segues. Lev grins, but is a little nervous now. He's expecting something sarcastic. Instead. Alright, if you died. He exhales slowly, and there's a tension behind his eyes now. Lev straightens a little. I think the first thing I'd do is try to call you. Out of habit. Probably like 5 or 6 times. Just to prove everyone wrong. Lev's grin fades entirely. I'd sit on the floor by the kitchen cabinet, the one you always leave open, and yell at the empty space like a lunatic. Because I told you, 100 times, you're going to crack my skull one day with that thing. Morisuke. Yaku's voice is low, but steady. Then I'd cry so hard I'd throw up. Probably wouldn't eat for a couple days. Wouldn't sleep either. The bed would feel wrong. Quiet in the worst kind of way. Lev doesn't know what to say. Yaku keeps going. I'd donate your ridiculous hoodie collection to a shelter. Except for that faded orange one, the one you wore when we moved in together. That one I'd keep. That one's got holes in it. Yeah, like you. Stretched out, a little too loud, never shuts up. but it makes everything feel warmer. Silence. Lev stares at him, eyes wide. He hadn't expected this to hit so deep. Yaku's voice softens, raw now, not pretending anymore. You don't get it, Lev. You're everywhere in this place. You take up space just by breathing. If you died, the whole world would shrink. Lev's breath hitches. He leans forward like he wants to say something but doesn't know what. Finally. That was way more intense than I was ready for. Well, that's what you get for playing TikTok roulette with you. I was expecting something like, I'd finally get some sleep, or, I'd go back to dating normal height people. Yeah, well, I already dated normal. Didn't work. Lev reaches out, taking Yaku's hand quietly. You're not gonna lose me. I promise. You can't promise that. Then I'll just have to make damn sure I don't go anywhere. Yaku leans in, rests his forehead against Lev's shoulder. They sit in that silence, not the kind that echoes with absence, but the kind that hums with presence, love pressed into every breath. You still left the kitchen cabinet open, by the way. Good. Gives you somewhere to yell when I'm gone. You're not allowed to die. Deal. It was early evening the next day when Tendo decided it was time for the challenge. The two were in the kitchen, quiet domestic energy. Ushijima was slicing vegetables with terrifying precision. Tendo was perched on the counter, phone in hand, legs swinging like a kid. He was grinning at the screen. A message from Semi asking if he did the challenge yet. Tendo reads aloud with dramatic flair. Ask your partner what they'd do if you died. He grins at Ushijima. You up for a little emotional terrorism? ... I don't know what that means. Good. That makes this more fun. So, what would you do if I died? Ushijima stops slicing. For a long second, he doesn't speak. Then he sets the knife down carefully, precisely, as always. He turns to Tendo, not alarmed, but fully present. Why are you asking me that? Because it's a challenge. Duh. I don't want to think about that. Nobody wants to. That's the point. It's dramatic, existential, kind of poetic if you squint. Ushijima folds the dish towel in his hands. He's quiet for a long time, long enough that Tendo actually starts to feel a little bad. I mean, obviously I'm not planning on dying anytime soon. I just thought it was kind of funny. In a depressing kind of way. It's not funny to me. Tendo tilts his head, his voice gentle. Because it's me, yes. That one word holds so much weight it physically stills Tendo. He puts the phone down. He watches Ushijima, the way his brow furrows just slightly, the way his shoulders square like he's bracing for something. Okay. No jokes. Seriously. What would you do? Ushijima exhales, and when he finally speaks, it's quiet, like a confession, not a statement. I would not be okay for a long time. Tendo stills. I think I would keep waking up early, like I do now. But there would be no reason to get out of bed. I would water your plants wrong. I would cook for two by mistake. He closes his eyes for a moment. I might forget your laugh, eventually. That frightens me more than anything. Tendo stares at him. Something sharp and aching unfurls in his chest. You're kind of a romantic, you know that. Only with you. Tendo lets out a breath that sounds too much like a laugh and a sob blended together. God, you're gonna kill me. This is why you weren't invited to drama club. I was invited. I said no. Right. Because they wouldn't let you play the rock in the background. Ushijima steps closer. Places one hand at Tendo's jaw, tilting his face up slightly. It's not urgent, not rushed, it's just full of gravity. If you died, I'd be trying to find pieces of me that died with you everywhere. For the rest of my life. That's the most devastating thing anyone's ever said to me. Tendo leans into his chest. Ushijima holds him like he's memorizing the shape of him. Like he never plans to forget it. Okay, but real talk, if I had to die, I want you to hire like, an avant-garde mime troupe for my funeral. Really confuse people. Noted. And have Semi play a dramatic violin solo of the Pokemon theme song. Also noted. I love you. Love you more. It was a quiet night. Hinata's wrapped in a blanket, stretched out on the couch, scrolling his phone. Kageyama was sitting on the floor in front of him, absently tossing a volleyball up and down like it's second nature. Their dinner plates, still on the table. You know what everyone's doing in the group chat right now. No. There's this challenge, you ask your partner what they'd do if you died. What would you do? Kageyama stills for a second, the ball falling into his lap. That's a weird thing to ask. Yeah, I know. So, Kageyama doesn't answer right away. He sets the ball aside, gently, like it suddenly feels too heavy. Then he shifts, sitting properly, facing Hinata. I think I'd quit volleyball. Hinata's breath catches. He sits up a little, blinking. What? I'd quit. I don't think I could keep playing if you weren't around. Hinata half laughs. Tobio, you'd rather quit volleyball than live in a world where I'm dead. Yeah. There's no hesitation. Just truth. Solid and steady like a well-placed toss. Hinata's chest tightens. Kageyama's voice is calm, but his eyes are anything but. There's weight there. History. Love. You know, before you came into my life, volleyball was the only thing that made sense to me. The only thing I had. The only place I felt like I belonged. Hinata says nothing, just listens, like he always has. But then you showed up. Loud, annoying, relentless, and everything shifted. Volleyball stopped being just a game. It became this connection, this thing we shared. It became us. He swallows, eyes flicking downward, then back up. And I realized, it's not just volleyball I love. It's volleyball with you. Watching your back before a serve. Hearing you yell after a spike. That moment when we lock eyes and both know what's about to happen. It's ours. Hinata's breathing shallow now. His heart's in his throat. If you were gone, the court would feel empty. Like I was chasing something that already left. A silence follows. Not awkward. Just heavy. Hinata slowly slips off the couch and sits beside him on the floor, knees touching. His voice is soft, like a whisper he's afraid to break. Wouldn't you hate me for that? For taking something that meant so much to you? No. Because it's not that volleyball would stop mattering. It's that without you, it wouldn't be the same thing. It wouldn't be a dream anymore. Just a job. Just noise. Hinata's eyes sting. His hands reach for Kageyama's instinctively, not for drama, not for comfort. Just to hold on. You really mean it. Kageyama nods. You turned volleyball into something worth sharing. And you turned my life into something that's more than just winning. More than just being good. You're the reason I care about the person I am. Not just the player. Hinata presses his forehead to Kageyama's. Their hands are still intertwined, fingers squeezing gently. You can't quit. Because I'm not dying. Ever. Good. And even if I did, which, again, not happening, you better still be playing. Because I'd haunt your ass for every lazy receive and missed serve. Kageyama couldn't help a laugh. I wouldn't miss. I'd imagine you yelling at me from the sideline. Hinata sniffles, laughing and crying all at once. Kageyama cups his cheek, thumb brushing under his eye. Gentle. Grounded. I don't ever want to play this life without you. Me neither. End of part 1. Thanks for watching guys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and hit that like button. See you in the next one.